World, yo, this is DJ Pretty V with Seattle Soca, and we live with Mr. Renzo. Mr.
To the
Renzo,
world.
over to the world, to the world. We gotta get some love, It's been a long time,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Everything good, man. Everything blessed
everything
as
blessed.
usual. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make
Cool,
any
cool.
best of everything. Make any best of everything. Doing music. Working in the studio nonstop. Have a whole heap of videos to release. So I just been making my time very useful and productive as an artist. Even though we can't go out there and perform in
Yeah,
Trinidad, we kind of transitioning the music into
nice.
another form, a more positive form.
Good, good, good. So I gotta say, man, you represent for the Latino X, the
Yeah.
Latino X in Trinidad and Tobago. So you definitely mash up a lot of stages in South America, right?
Yes, yes. I've been to Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, uh, just to name a few, and hit some of the biggest festivals in Colombia. Back when I used to tour with Charlie Black,
Yeah,
we used to do shows for like 60, 80,000 people. It's just like an amazing experience touching a stage that huge
yeah,
and connecting with the audience because the track that we were kind of pushing was a crossover between Spanish and English,
yeah.
and we got all the people singing it word for word, even the English part. So that's to tell you that music in general is a universal language, and once it connects, no matter.
Nice, nice. Yeah, man. So, with people like Pitbull, I feel like when I listen to your tunes is on Pitbull level. What I mean? It's a top
Thanks, man.
you
Well,
know.
Pitbull is a huge inspiration to what I do too because he kind of bridged the gap between English speaking and Spanish speaking
Yeah.
and made it worldwide. And I thought my kind of thing is to the world, so it's kind of similarities, but I represent them more for the Caribbean and the Latinos.
Nice, nice. So when are we gonna, see you up in North America? The people in North America definitely need you to touch down, hopefully soon in the near future, we could see that, man. I think they need that. They need to hear your tunes because I know you definitely have, people out here, that listening to your tunes. I see that you're verified on Spotify and everything like that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
international audience,
Yeah, well, I've been doing music for 17 years, going into
Wow.
18 years. Yeah, I started, my first track was in 2003, called Muévete. That was like a experiment of trying to bridge the two, but people at that time wasn't really appreciating it. And it just took me knocking on the door every year, trying to bring it on and push it into people's faces. And eventually it catched on.
Right.
And yeah, that's what people look forward to hearing from me more than me just dropping an English tune. They want to
Right.
hear something like that, that mixture. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. So we could say that you're like the number one only crossover Latino and soca artist right now in Trinidad and Tobago and probably most of the Caribbean, right?
I could basically say I'm the only one
Wow.
that actually has the
This-
Trini slash Latino because I have the both worlds. I was born in Venezuela, grew up in
Nice.
Trinidad, so it's pretty much unique as a unique flavor.
Yeah,
I
man.
know there are a lot of artists in Panama that doing it too,
Yeah.
but they are from Panama. They are Latin roots. Me, on the other hand, have Trini, half Venezuelan, so it's
Wow.
unique. Yeah.
So how could we get you on the Don Omar level? This guy's a Dominican Republic, but I
Yeah.
don't see why. You know,
Yeah, Puerto Rican. Well, that's what I've been aiming for ever since I do more Spanish tunes. That is the competition because there's a huge competition to go against. Um, one of my first tracks that really made it to the Latin market that people really got to know me was the one called Ultra. That made it to the top 20 on the HTV charts. That is like, you're competing against Donoma, competing against Daddy Yankee, J
Wow.
Balvin, Maluma. And to see me in the charts there, I was like, wow, yeah, this is a total different level. Because with that one, the production level of everything, in terms of the song itself, was produced by Russian, written by Jay Cortez. Jay Cortez is like one of the biggest reggaeton artists right now. He wrote that song, so I got the privilege to work with Russian, Jay Cortez, and who done the video was Stefan Jones, who did a whole heap of work for Pitbull, for Flow Rider. So that particular project cost a lot, but it actually made my name reach out there a little more. So from feeding off of that energy, it just give me that drive and determination to continue to do music like that and a more international level. So I have a lot of more songs to drop with Pitbull. Sorry, not Pitbull, with Russian.
Okay.
Yeah, Pitbull, my dream collab. So I think it Pitbull in my head, but
Yeah.
yeah, with Russian, I have like two tracks to drop with Russian. One with Static and one that I produce. So
Oh, wow. So you're
yeah,
producing.
yeah, there's a lot of music to drop very soon.
I mean, you're calling some big names in the industry, like Russia,
Yeah,
huge.
yeah,
So yeah, definitely looking out to see and listen to that tune and see the visuals. And yeah, looking at your videos, man. The quality on point. The music on point. So you got the top writers. So it's just a matter of time, I would say, before you're
yeah, yeah.
on the
I
top.
know.
You know?
No, everything is pretty much done digitally. It's not like long time where you have to go to every studio and drop a CD or mail it. Now you have everything digitally. You just once your stuff goes viral, it goes viral. It picks up any part of the world. So uh, that is my main goal, to really push it out there digitally first,
Yeah.
and yeah, making sure visuals on point too, because that's an important factor. Most artists, when they release a single, it's with visuals one time.
Cool. Cool.
But
Yeah.
during the whole 2 year pandemic, it's kind of hard to do videos because it's a very costly thing,
Can't go
and
out.
we weren't out there performing to actually make back the capital
Right.
to invest back into a video. So that is why you didn't really see much Latin videos from me for the past 2 years. But
Okay.
you
Okay.
will
So
see very soon. Yeah.
when you go perform in Colombia, also Mexico, you perform in Mexico as well.
No, 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 never been to Mexico.
Okay. Okay.
That is one place I want to go. Also, I
Yeah.
want to hit Europe.
Okay.
So that's pretty much stuff from the bucket list that I need to work on. But in Colombia, I've been to Bogota, Medellin, Bucaramanga, Girardo, uh,
Wow.
just to name a few. Yeah. So even in the countryside, Carmen Apicala, where
Yeah.
there's some more country music there. And I remember one experience I had was performing there, and I had right now I have some goosebumps, some memories coming back.
Yeah.
That audience, I didn't really think they would have grabbed to me
Yeah.
because of the type of music uh, they were gravitating more to. I was like, what I'm gonna do? Because I was supposed to go on after one of the most popular country singers in Colombia, and I'm like, okay, so these people
Wow.
don't know my music. They don't know who I am. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
As I touched the stage, it was like one of the biggest receptions I ever get ever in
Oh,
my career. That's to tell you that you can't really judge anything. You just have to go out there and do it. And
yeah.
once you put out the energy, and we as Trinidadians, we have a different kind of energy.
Right.
Whenever we touch a stage, people just grab
Feel
onto it one time. Yeah,
nice.
feel good kind of energy. So
What tune was
I
that?
think they gravitate.
What tune did
Was
you hit
that?
them? What tune did you hit them with?
No, well, I went to the full catalog of tunes. Some were soca, some were Latin
Okay.
songs. So It was a whole cut. It was a full performance with dancers and everything, and it was like a half an hour performance, and yeah, the people were going
Cool.
crazy. Yeah, they were going crazy. It was like one of the most memorable performances besides my performance.
Wow, wow. I need to do some research and do a little survey and find out, what your fan base is like in Washington, because I know there's definitely a Latin X community here. And when we say
Yeah,
Latin X, you know what I mean? It's like all the different types of Latino, population. So there's a lot, because whenever they do some Latin events, there's always a lot of people. When I used to DJ a lot, I do a Latin segment, and people love the vibes. So yeah, I know you definitely have some people who know who Mr. Renzo is. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, how do you market yourself right now? I know, are you gravitating towards TikTok right now? And where could people find you?
Everything, everything. Once it's trending, I will try my best to put out my stuff out there.
Yeah.
Now, I remember first time joining TikTok, everyone was laughing at me in Trinidad. And I could tell you a story that happened. I was in a Margarita Island at that time,
Okay.
stranded there because that was
What?
the time Trinidad got their first case of COVID, and
Okay.
then Venezuela, the first case of COVID, and then the two governments locked the borders. So I was trapped there for like three months, and I was bored out of my mind. And I just say, I'm gonna try and do this TikTok thing. I put out videos, funny videos, people laughing, people like, yeah, why you going on TikTok for? Now you see the whole world totally engaged with TikTok, and it's like one of the most popular things. To me, it's more popular than Instagram. So
Yes, man.
that goes to show when once you don't use your time wisely, it could work at your advantage.
Yeah, and be a trendsetter,
Yeah. So I
Be-
would say I'm a trendsetter, even though we have people out there with hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't know how they get like that. There's a lot of time to put
yeah,
into to get that kind of amount of followers. I mean, I have to fully dedicate myself to TikTok to kind of get that
right.
all day filming videos and just yeah. I don't know if I have that type of time, but once I
I
get a
feel
little space, I'll try to throw in a little one
uh,
video on TikTok.
I feel
Hopefully,
some of them though, is like a lot, people numbers go up so quickly. So I feel like those bots, they got I feel like a lot of people got bots. They
yeah. But yeah. Well,
and you're
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't really spy on people stuff, but I see
yeah,
some videos really trending, and I'm like, wow, they really have to have a lot of time because you actually go if you go on the link and you type on the video and you see the creator of the video, you
yeah,
actually see that the videos go trending
right,
like hundreds of thousands of videos, people doing the same thing. I'm like, wow, how they get any time to do that, you know? So
yeah,
it's just a matter of just getting one video out that is totally trendy, and you never know.
and you bust up,
What I'm hearing is a chutney artist from Trinidad
yeah.
has like the top 10 trending songs on TikTok. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that. You know,
What?
so
That's news to me.
yeah, yeah,
I need to check that out.
yeah. I can't even remember the guy's name, but I know he had like about 20 million views on YouTube. So
Wow.
uh, yeah, so
Wow. So tell us, so
that's what it.
where did you go to school? From when you were like in high school and stuff like that. You went to school in
Yeah.
Trinidad, or you went to school in Venezuela, or both?
No, I grew up in Trinidad. I moved here since 1 year old. So
Okay.
primary school, I went to Arima Boys RC.
Okay.
Secondary school, well, what you guys consider as college was Queens Royal College. And
Oh,
after that, I was just trying to venture in different things, like trying to find
right.
myself. I had about, I'm not exaggerating, about 20 jobs trying to find something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This does make no sense. I'm not happy doing this. Let me just do music. And from
And
ever
yeah,
since,
stick
I
to
never
it.
stopped. Yeah, and I was like 20, I was like 21 at that time.
Okay.
So from there, I was like, let me just dedicate my time to music and see how it goes. And music is like a drug to me. It's addictive. You don't want to stop, no matter you see the time passing and you're getting older, and you know it's like have like a new generation coming up.
Yeah,
It's like a addiction, and that's what keeps me, motivated. People who hit me up and they're like, "Yeah, I really love your music. When you drop an another song, I'm a big fan." Those kind of stuff
yeah,
motivates me to continue pushing. And I always try to raise the bar even higher. I never try to reinvent something that I've done before.
right.
So sometimes the sound of the song itself could be totally different. Even the tone of my voice could be totally different because I want to do something a little bit different. Because
Right.
you don't want to get bored doing the same thing over and over and trying to on the same circuits, and it tends to get boring. So that's why for the past years I've sacrificed a lot of carnival to go in places like Panama, Colombia,
Yeah.
uh, just for them to get to know me.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So that's like a risk I took, but it was a very valuable risk.
Wow. Well, because I always wonder, I've seen you over the years, but I was not, and I hear all the music, I seen all the videos, big, right? And I just wonder, okay, with that carnival tune though, with that, with that
Yeah,
carnival tune though, and I would hear a couple soca's, okay, all right, and I see the Latin, but I never really tracked the Latin market to see what was happening,
yeah,
or where you were performing in the Latin market. So now,
yeah,
I guess when the spotlight is on carnival, the spotlight is on carnival. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
unless you're really playing a part of it, then people will know, oh yeah, this artist doing real big, And I always refer to some other reggae artists from like Trinidad, like Marlon Asher and them guys. I see them
yeah,
performing all the time over in California for like roots festivals and stuff. I mean, big, big festivals, but nobody. I asked, a regular person in Trinidad, when I see hear about this guy, they'll be like, I ain't hear about you for a long time. But you ask anyone on the West Coast, they're gonna be like, yeah, man, he always in the roots festivals. So it's a matter
yeah,
of where you're at a certain time and where the spotlight is at. So
yeah. One thing about our culture is that we forget a lot. So
right,
you could have a hit last week. Someone else come with a bigger hit. They forget about that hit long time and they even forget you exist. So you
yeah,
have to put it out your name and work in the social media and trying to find continue connecting with the audience. I won't say Trinidad, but the whole Caribbean is like that. They
yeah,
mostly like forget stuff very fast, and you just have to
yeah.
keep reminding them. Yeah.
That's a lot of marketing dollars, brother.
Yeah, there's a lot of marketing dollars, and we have to. It's a very tough thing because there's plenty money you have to put behind it.
Right,
No matter how much you don't like it, you have to do it. It's like reinvesting in it. It makes sense. It has to make sense. Like, okay, why am I putting out this song for? What I'm gonna get in return? So
right.
in my case now, I try to bridge the two gaps. So I
Uh-huh.
do Spanish, English. So I have two markets. So in case one doesn't hit, you have the Venezuela market or the Colombian market or wherever you wanna target.
Right.
So I think that's the advantage I have
Cool, cool.
over other artists in Trinidad. Yeah.
Which market do you think produces the most income out of all the different markets?
Well,
For
most definitely the Latin market is that's like the biggest market. Well, I would say the number one uh, music in the world that people connect to. Besides
right
Afro music and stuff,
for Africa.
The Latin market is the biggest market ever.
Well, hey, you might as well aim for
Yeah, you see artists hit like 1 billion, 2 billion is like a normal thing.
right.
Like Despacito, you see two billion views, 3 billion views. I'm like, wow, okay.
Wow. Well, I like
That's
that.
like quarter of the interior of your music.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that it's not a cloud chasing kind of situation for you. You know what I mean? It's just about the love of the music and
yeah.
wrapping up your culture.
And just
Wrapping up both cultures. And just going hard.
yeah, yeah, it's just about being myself. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I've been giving the people. Myself. I don't try to be anybody else. I get inspiration from other music, of course, but I don't try to be like anybody else. You'll never hear me say, okay, I want to be the next Pitbull or the
Yeah.
next Sean Paul. I want to be the first
That's
Renzo.
right.
That is
Yeah.
what I put in my head. Yeah, yeah.
So how were you able to pull off a collab with the veteran Cutty Ranks? That's a big one. Yeah, man. I feel like people forget
Yeah.
about some of these big veterans in the music. Um,
Right now, Katirang's trending on TikTok
wow.
by doing a simple dub plate. That
Yeah.
dub plate in the studio been trending like hundreds of thousands of videos. I'm like, and I sent the link to Katirang. He didn't even know that. That's to tell you.
Wow.
Yeah, people. Yeah. But working
Yeah.
with Katirang, it's been a yeah, amazing experience. He's a very cool guy. We almost talk like every week.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so uh,
I was
he
just saying.
totally
I was just saying, yeah, because when I was just thinking, I was watching on TikTok and I was seeing people were saying they had different people from India and like some like different cultures that you wouldn't really think would be singing not a deal what a deal what a
yeah,
yeah I saw it yeah.
yeah. And that was just a simple dub play that someone took the video and put it on their TikTok, and it just became trending. It's
Blow
not
up.
even his own TikTok. Someone else, and I was like, it just blew up.
I mean, but
So
where does the income come from that too? Like that is part
yeah,
of that's part of his. I mean, it's good marketing for him,
yeah,
but that's I mean, it's great marketing for him, but still, like that's like intellectual property. That's copyright in a sense,
yeah,
So
yeah.
how does the artist,
No,
like you?
well, TikTok is considered now, so you have the option even when you register in your song. Say, for instance, any digital outlet, you have the option of TikTok now. So if your music is trending, yeah, you're supposed to get paid for that.
Wow. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Good. Good. So it makes sense to make some TikToks. So where's the next TikTok? Where's
yeah.
the next TikTok we get? Where's the next TikTok we get?
I don't know. I just go into the flow. I just thinking about. I mean, it takes a lot of time. I sometimes I don't have that type of time to just dedicate on TikTok. I try to once in a blue moon. I'm gonna say let me post like 3 videos in one day and just leave it like that for like a week or two. Yeah, I try to do it like that and just
So
hope for the best.
what is Malo? What is Malo? Malo. And what are you?
Malo. Well, people tend to see the good side of Renzo, but on stage they see the Malo side of Renzo. So that
Mhm.
song pretty much describe who Renzo is on stage, uh, his behavior. So uh, I I wanted to show that side of Renzo. So
Cool.
when I released that song now, it became very viral in Trinidad on the Latin circle,
Okay.
and I sent it to Cutty. Cutty say, yeah, boy, this tune very bad. It could be a very special tune. Let
Wow.
me do something on it. So he ended up putting in his 2 verses, and we remixed it and put it out with a lyric video.
Yeah.
And we have another project too that I hits. The name of the song is called La Lengua. He
Uh-huh.
also has a remix to drop on that too.
Wow. So watch now. Let's give the people tuning in and whoever's gonna look at this and listen to this podcast a little taste of Malo. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, of
Uh,
course, yeah.
I went up on Spotify right now, so you getting
All right.
views, and yeah, man, we right here. All right, let me check out Malo. Let me check out Malo real quick.
Los hombres buenos o malos. Renzo,
Cut
tu
ranks.
patrón.
Renzo the one a chop.
En cuarto te lo suave, 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 suavecito te lo rico, rico, rico. Te la pongo en ese duro, duro, duro. Ya tú sabes yo soy malo, malo, malo.
Mommy,
patrón.
I me love when you bump a chum. And in the air cause you clum. Why see you when me out on the hunt, girl, me back from me band, me not pulling no stone. Caribbean girl, me why you tell me where you bad so? Venezuela deal with it, match so Colombian girls, so rock out them cancer. Back it up, girls, put it on your man, sir.
Suave, 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 suavecito te lo rico, rico, rico. Te lo pongo en ese
Yeah, that tune bad enough. The tune bad. Yeah, so people make sure y'all go check out Mr. Renzo's new tune. It's called Malo. And it's a remix with Cutty Ranks. And I think the single as well is also on Spotify and all major platforms. So you want to make sure and go check that out. So that was a 2021 around like summertime or like around September or so you released that one.
Yeah, it was around summertime.
Cool.
And I wanted to really bridge the what we call zest music in Trinidad, Trinidad music with the Latin. So I'll say I'm the first to do that too.
Yeah. You did it successfully. You successfully did that as well, and you brought in the dancehall artists in it too, which we're also influenced by. So it's like a whole lot of influence, and that is some good vision there, man.
And when you watch Cutty Ranks too, he's like a foundation of reggae dancehall music. Even for reggaeton and the whole, there's a genre in Dominican Republic called dembow.
Dembow, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of his popular tunes and Shabba Ranks and all those foundational artists are based around reggaeton, Latin music. So it's a pleasure working with him, and as like an artist out of my bucket list that I always want to work with, and he's a very cool individual. And
yeah,
I just want things to get back to normal so we could actually perform these tunes together and do shows and tour all over the world with these songs. So big up to Kazan. Yeah, it's only legends I want to work with.
Only legends. So, when you're working with some of these guys like Cutty Rankin, he's so, you get that serious vibe, that boss vibe from him, so you got to be a boss to do work with. Like, what about like Movado and any of those guys? You would want to work with Movado and those guys too?
Yeah,
that would be a nice collaboration as well. Nice. So how about like Bungie? We're gonna hear you and Bungie come out with something at some point. I could see Bungie jumping on a reggaeton. I can't hear you right now. Looks like it kind of cut off. Looks like we lost him there for a second. Yeah, man. So this is Seattle Soca. We're live streaming on Twitch, also on YouTube. So make sure and subscribe. We got Mr. Renzo, huge Latin huge Latin soca artist in Trinidad. One of the onlys. Is like it's almost like we have a unicorn, you know what I mean? So make sure and check out his music. He's huge in Latin America, in Colombia, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, and different parts. So definitely worth listening to. So go check out one of his new tracks with Cutty Rankin, a huge veteran in the reggae industry. It's called Malo. And he has a whole bunch of other tunes as well. You could go check out, if you're looking right now, you see right here his discography on Spotify. He's got a whole bunch of tunes. He's a verified artist, so make sure and check it out. So look, I think we got him back. Let me see. Yeah, man. Looks like somebody was calling you at the same time or something.
Check 1 2.
Yeah, man. I hear it clear.
Again, there's some problem with the audio. I'm not hearing your audio properly.
Oh, you're not hearing me properly? Okay. How about now? You can hear me now?
Check.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and nice and clear. So not sure why you can't hear me. But yeah, man. So we have Malo. I'll give you all the original version right now too.
tipo de hombres te gustan? ¿Los hombres buenos o malos? Renzo, tu patrón. Vente pa' mi casa que hoy tengo ganas de... Encuántratelo. Suave, suave, suave. Suavecito te lo... rico, rico, rico. Te la pongo en ese... duro, duro, duro. Ya tú sabes, yo soy malo, malo, malo. El patrón. Me gusta verte en cuatro, mi pose favorita. Yo te rompo el duro, tú eres bellaquita. 5 minutos, te rompe la cosita. No eres señora, tú eres mamacita. Vamos pa' mi cuarto, te quiero y te doy. Soy un peleador muy duro como Floyd. Hacemos una porno, después yo me voy. Cuando tú me besas.
How about now? You can hear me now?
Suave, suave, suave. Suavecito te lo...
You can hear me now, Mr. Renzo?
rico. Te lo pongo en ese... duro.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of audio issues. No worry, I'm gonna call you on WhatsApp right now.
Tienes una tanga que se le nota. Ella está muy rica, una mamazota. Mueve ese booty que se me pelota. Siempre que lo hacemos se me pone loca. Le gusta duro, le gusta suave. Le gusta lento y bien adentro. Hagamos una orgía, creemos un evento. No le diga a nadie, es un secreto. Suave, suave, suave. Suavecito te lo... rico, rico, rico. Te lo pongo en ese... duro, duro, duro. Ya tú sabes, yo soy malo, malo, malo. Suave, suave, suave. Suavecito te lo... rico, rico, rico. Te la pongo en ese... duro, duro, duro. Ya tú sabes, yo soy malo, malo, malo. Perreo del puro.
Yes, people. So I got Mr. Renzo. Can you hear me? Nice, yeah, man. So, we always gotta adapt and overcome. So, yeah, just going into the tune one more time there, so folks could definitely get you and see all your tunes on Spotify and all the major platforms, right?
Yes, correct.
Nice, nice. And also, I think your next big tune start to play there. One of your soca tunes. Yeah, man. So besides that, how do you say that the younger artists looking to get into a Latin market like you have, what are some of the steps that they can take to get into that Latin market?
Pretty much you have to find the sound, the correct sound. Also, try to... Again, a little
Feedback.
sorry.
Yeah, mute it on your end. And
So what I'm saying is that the youth out there have to do some more research on the music that is trending out there,
yeah,
and try to bring their flavor to it and continue to, what you call it, market it and push it out on the digital side of things.
right.
That should be number one start.
Cool. Good. And I'm pretty sure that once you put in that hard work and money behind your product, it's gonna get far as well. So and as far as getting out, and keeping your mind and spiritual straight, like what's your favorite thing to do in Trinidad and Tobago, like on a reg when you're not touring all over Latin America?
Well, what I like to do is put a lot of me time. If I have to go to the gym, if I have to play football,
Yeah.
family time that you have to really value, because you never know when your time is calling. So you have to show gratitude what you have already and keep putting your mind towards that. No matter whatever bad day you go through, you have to reinvent that energy into a positive energy. Say, for instance, if you're driving and you got a flat tire, you might think, okay, damn, this is the worst day of my life.
Right.
You don't know that God probably put that obstacle to block you from getting a serious accident. So you have to always interpret the negative into a positive. And that's what I've been doing. I show gratitude for my family who've been supporting me from since day one.
Right.
Even times when I don't even believe in myself, they put that encouragement to push me as an artist, go to all my gigs, prep me up physically, mentally, emotionally, and without that family, I don't know where I would be in this world because they've been number one supporters.
So, did you also perform in the, like, when you were coming up, right? You went to Queens Royal College, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you perform in the calypso and soca competitions coming up as well?
Yeah, yes, I actually did, but I did that in primary school, and
Nice.
remember boys I performed in a couple of calypso competitions. They
Wow.
wrote a song about Brian Lara when he broke the record, and I came, I think, fourth in that competition, but I was always a shy guy, and for me to go out there to perform in front of my school, I was terrified out of my mind because I've been to most of my choirs, so primary school, secondary school, I performed with choirs, but I always wanted to be in the back of the class so people wouldn't see me singing. Not even hearing me, but seeing me.
Right.
So that is something that I've broken off growing up, and some of my colleagues are like, "How come you singing? You never even used to talk in class." So
yeah,
so it's just a weird thing, but it's just me finding myself and finding my niche, and that's what made me happy.
That's cool, man. You know, that's definitely an inspiration to other kids in the back of the class who not, you know, drumming on the desk, chanting, you know, but when they're home, they're writing and singing tunes, you know. So you was in the lab. You was in the lab. I like to say, just growing the skills.
I always been encouraged. You know, my grandmom was one of the top poets in Trinidad.
Wow.
Yvonne Adams, and she helped
name
me
is familiar.
some of my tunes, some of my calypsos.
Yeah.
From there, that's how I've been able to compose some of my songs like Benya Back, Take Control. Most of my number ones have been songs that I've penned. So I have to give thanks to my grandmom for giving me that talent, passing on that talent to me.
Wow. So it's definitely in the blood, in the bloodline.
Yes.
Well, that's some good history. So, you know, anybody out there who wondering if where Mr. Renzo come from and plays a part in this, the man been doing it for a long time. He's been, you know, writing calypsos and, you know, playing up a huge part of the culture, man. So I love that. So, you know, big respect, you know, like I said, we love your music, and, you know, so I'm super excited to have you on here. I think you're definitely one of the big artists in Trinidad, and definitely people don't know just how big and great your music is, you know, and how much influence it has in Latin America. So I'm looking forward to, you know, where the spotlight in Trinidad could shift on you as well, and also in Miami and Seattle, Washington, and stuff like that, man. So yeah, man, big respect.
Yeah, thank you for having me too, and believing in myself as well. I have another hot collaboration with another veteran of the soca.
Yeah.
Destro Garcia.
Oh, nice.
From the Boca rhythm called Activate, that has been doing amazing on the streets in Trinidad and the Latin circle. So we're planning to do a music video very, very soon. Because DJ Adam, big up to Keisha for producing this amazing track as well. You guys can go and check it out. And yeah, we pretty much preparing for that video, for that music video.
And you said Activate.
That I ticked off my bucket list.
Yeah.
Because she's the queen of soca to me. She's the queen of soca, the queen of Bacchanal.
Queen of Bacchanal, so, yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm gonna play it. And attach it to this. When I put it on the podcast, I will definitely attach Activate so people could hear it. One thing people don't realize, just like TikTok, right? These podcasts, when I look back at the analytics and stuff, I see people from all over the world coming back and listening to this podcast to hear about soca and hear from your artists and hear this like one-on-one conversations. So it's definitely given me more inspiration to continue doing these as well. And the artists opening up, because you don't really get to speak to the artists and hear more about them for over 10 minutes, right? Usually it's like a quick 5-minute interview. So being able to speak to you and hear more about you and stuff, I think is a different sort of direction things are going now, where people want to be more involved and hear a lot more. So
Yeah, this is definitely an important thing for us as artists, because I could be frank with you. I don't really like to talk about myself. I don't like to go out there and do live and say, well, I've done this, I've done that. I'm a very conservative guy. I just let the people speak on my behalf.
Yeah.
Say, okay, well, Renzo's doing this, Renzo's doing that. So that's why I don't really hear much about my accomplishments, because I don't really like to talk about myself.
Right. Well, at least the people out there in podcast land, they're gonna hear about it and get whatever entertainment and an incentive to dig up, to try to dig up more in your business.
Yeah. To mind my business.
To mind your business, yeah.
And drink water.
Yes. So with the so Trinidad has carnival, a little carnival thing going on, a taste of carnival in Trinidad. How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the government should look more on the soca artists who've been putting in the work for years, for 20 years or beyond.
Right.
Feeding the culture with music and tourism.
Yes.
I think that they're supposed to put more energy towards the soca artists. That is my take of it. If I was them, I would have done a 3 or 4 day festival including the soca artists with carnival, and people can still stay in their party.
Right.
Normal, but I think that they're supposed to focus more on the soca artists.
Right.
Because 2 years now, we haven't been performing, and for me, I'm feeling like we left out. But I'm still grateful for what they're doing. It's still kind of showcasing some sort of culture in Trinidad, but at the same time, we're feeling left out.
Yeah. Looking at the amount of money that was reported, to go into it, and as a, looking as a Trinidadian American looking from the outside in, I think is a good way to generate some US, into the economy in Trinidad. I do believe though that, like you said, they should have done like a longer festival, like how they do these major festivals out in the States, and take a page out of that. I think it would generate more income and for more people over a longer period of time. I feel that the culture has so much energy and love and respect that people will travel to Trinidad, even on the brink of pandemic being worse or whatever, because right when the pandemic just hit, I myself went to Carnival, the last Carnival, before they shut down everything. So people gonna come. Is a build it and they will come situation, and they could definitely do more of that.
Yeah. Also, what is an important thing too is that they also seek a lot more interest in terms of artists flying out. So, say for instance, if you have to fly to the United States, you can't just say, okay, we could go with a regular visa and perform.
Right.
Things have to be in place for artists where they have their work permits to perform. I heard a lot of stories that a lot of artists got denied from entering because they perform without the visas and stuff like that. So I think the government should get involved with that and try to build like a whole heap of committee to make things happen so that all of us could go together and perform outside in the States, because I heard that you wanted me to go out there to Seattle, but it's difficult because
Yeah.
without the work permit. So
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. And it takes the right type of promoters who willing to put in the paperwork. Is like a two-step process. You have to have a company that paying taxes, a real business in the states, that would go and file. And if there's like some type of Caribbean community nonprofit organization, that makes it easier, to go through the USICS, type of situation there. And then now in Trinidad, you will get, or your company or your representative will get the permission to go and do that part of it. So
yeah,
that two-step process is
but
doable.
it's still costly too.
Yeah, and it's costly. So I feel like the ambassadors and I don't hear enough from the representatives and ambassadors for Trinidad and Tobago in the US and US for Trinidad, and I'm pretty sure that the local public don't hear enough either. And these folks get paid for a reason, and they should be extending and making these connections, because at the end of the day, that money flow is economics. You have to have a product, and the product have to be consumed, and then a transfer of wealth needs to happen after that. So that's what missing out. We need to put these guys, make these guys work, figure out how to make them work.
Yeah, we need to dedicate more time towards our art form
Right.
than contributing so much to this industry in Trinidad, this culture and this
Right.
country. So the government needs to get involved more in that.
Especially if the government has so much control, because like, in Trinidad, the government has a lot of control of stuff. It's not really, well, on the surface, I guess. So if on the surface you have so much control, then you should be controlling, putting more money in the citizens' pockets too.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, man. So definitely a lot of work to be done. I don't know what people are waiting on or what representatives are waiting on. You see the boat rides and like the boat cruises, with Carnival cruise and all these things, and a lot of money is made. Why?
Yeah.
Why not take it over and and help everybody? Instead of just a few. Yeah, man. Because Trinidad is not like America. America is a capitalistic type of society, and Trinidad is more social. So if you're a social construct, then you should definitely be taking steps to take care of the people more. That's how I look at it. Yeah. Oh, look, we lost you there a little bit there, Mr. Renzo.
Yeah, I change that energy now, but
Yeah.
it is facts, and it is something that needs to be done very soon.
Right. Yeah, when that energy start to pelt out, so people start pulling plugs, but good thing.
It's very important for the people to know what is really going on.
Yeah.
To really be more on the artist side of things, where we're going through a lot of pressure as well. So
Right.
that is the point I'm trying to make. We have to get more the platform, putting in the time, the effort, the money for the past 20 years.
Right. So tell me, on a business side of the house, why, do you think that certain artists could come together and create like a multi-million dollar company that could be traded, on a stock market or something, and everybody who gets involved and purchases part of this stock could get dividend? Why is no one thinking like that? Like
because we also have a problem that we don't have that togetherness as artists, and we always want to fight on each other. We always want to compete against each other. While we could just be pushing each other to reach that higher level.
Right.
I think that's pretty much one aspect of soca not reaching where it needs to be reached. We need to come together a little bit more.
Right. I could give you.
I have to pat every artist shoulder and say,
Yeah,
well done. But the support aspect of things needs to be in place.
right. I mean, I could give you an example of how difficult it is. Like, like I've mentioned to a lot of people, a lot of different producers and stuff that, I want to make a rhythm, I want to make a rhythm and get some music out there just to support the culture and stuff. And, you don't hear, people don't open up that line of communication, or they open it up for a short period of time and then, they're on to something else, and they don't see the big picture, and I think there's
That
opportunity.
happens when you start or something new. It's like you go into a new school, you'll get picked on, you'll get bullied on because you're a new kid on the school.
Right.
So it's pretty much any of you, but I don't like to look at it like that. I think that everyone needs the space and the support. And I always encourage somebody if they're passionate about anything they want to do, if it's music, if it's engineering, go at it.
Right.
And once you're passionate at it, just go up full 100. Don't stop. I've got a lot of doors turned down, collaboration, producers, but that doesn't stop me from pushing myself and even doing better than the idea that I had before.
Right.
Getting those artists involved. So I always look at it in a positive way, no matter what, because I've been turned down a lot.
Right. But I look at it, from the angle when I look at it as, I look at it as you have to know the difference between investor and someone who just looking to play the fool, and if there's people looking to invest in the culture, them too. And I believe that a lot of times I've heard it and I've seen it a lot of times where people want to invest, into the soca culture, but they're shut out because people involved, feel like they're gonna take it over, or they're gonna make a X amount of money and all this stuff. But you have to realize that it's business, and there's money to be made at the end of the day, and you have to put in the work. It's just a full circle thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like if I get a piece of the pie, somebody else not gonna get it. It's more if we make it bigger, more people will get a piece of the pie,
Yeah, exactly. But we already see things in that way. And it's a culture thing too, not just for music, it's for anything in sports.
Yeah.
For instance, if our national team isn't doing good, we won't have that support going into a stadium to fill these seats because we're not doing good.
Right.
So it's the same thing when it comes to anything in music. Once they don't know your name or they don't know your brand or what your goal is, or you're not reaching that level where they think you should reach, you won't get that support. You won't get that ground up support.
Right.
And that's something that we have to change as a culture. We have to start to support people from the beginning.
Exactly. Because, you look at like Jewish people for an example, they have a structure, right, where their community, they what they say is that you never see a Jewish person doing like work that he could give one of his other, family members to do and pay them to become a professional at. And that's how they build that community and that strong financial community, And these are the examples that we need to take, if we could find people in the community and build them up from the ground up to become professionals, then we take it to the next level,
Yeah.
And I feel the same with Afrobeat.
And the point you made if you make it, everyone will make it too, because
Yeah.
it's not like a selfish way of doing things, like pushing everybody together to reach to that level.
Right.
And that is what we lacking as artists as well, in terms of our music, to push together and make it to the world.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Where in Billboard charts, you can actually see soca as a genre,
Right.
not on the reggae charts. So,
And that's definitely a long conversation. You know, and a tricky conversation as well. Yeah, man. So, yes, Mr. Renzo, again, you know, look, we've been talking here for almost an hour, and it's been great. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but, you know, we overcome. We always overcome. And
yeah.
yeah, man, it was great having this deep conversation with you. And yeah, man, looking forward to hear the remixes you mentioned earlier. Yeah, great things to come, right?
Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of material to drop. I have a music video called Muevelo to drop in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
3 weeks from one time. You can look out for that. Also, some visuals for some reggaeton stuff. Probably in a month. I have everything pretty much lined up when I want to release it. I actually never planned on doing this collaboration with Destro because it never came up.
Yeah.
I already had my plans to push the music, the Latin music, and kind of give Soca a little rest.
Yeah.
But then DJ Adam came with this proposal. Yes, this rhythm is you'll be able to bridge the two markets together, and what you've been doing long years. I think you are the person to jump on a track.
Nice.
You can't release the rhythm without you. So that's why I got motivated to do the song, and then he pulled in the shirt to the collab. And yeah, for me, it's a monster song.
Yeah, that's a monster truck, man. I like you know, so the fact that so you can speak Spanish fluently, of course, right? It's probably a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Trinidadians can and a lot of them can't speak Spanish fluently. I myself wish I had paid more attention in high school. I actually went to high school in Trinidad, and I should have done more Spanish. Even when I did university in the States, I just did, you know, some Spanish just to get the credits. But it's definitely something that is a goal of mine to become more fluent, because it's just, you know, just like Trinidadian lingo, it touches something in your spirit, you know, when you hear someone speaking Spanish. I love it. Like Narco. Do you watch like Narcos on Netflix?
Yeah.
Like that song, you know, that starts you know, each episode. I love it, man. It's just something in that just touches my soul, you know. And I saw.
Do you know that the main actor who plays Pablo?
Yeah.
He's not a Latino.
Really?
He actually learned the language, learned to speak like with a Colombian accent.
Wow.
To get the role, but he doesn't speak Spanish.
What?
Yeah. I actually saw an interview with him on I can't remember if it was Jimmy Kimmel or I think he's Portuguese, either Portuguese or I'm not too sure, but his main language is in Spanish. And he actually learned the lingo of how Colombians speak.
Yeah.
From Medellin, and learn the script and learn the language like that. But that wasn't his language.
And I feel like you know, do you go to like Parliament and, you know, up in like certain parts of Marval and stuff like that? You know, there's a lot of people who have that kind of Spanish influence, you know, in everything they do. And, you know, when I tell people that, they say, "What? For real?" You know, like they say, "Yeah, some people speak, you know, French too, you know, broken French."
Yeah.
some people Spanish, so yeah, Trinidad is so diverse.
Yeah, we're multicultural, but it's just a matter of us opening up to it more.
Right.
I think sooner or later we'll end up like Miami, where
Yeah.
you'll see so many menus in Spanish, and a lot of Spanish speaking people will be like a bilingual country very soon, because the amount of Venezuelans across here or Latinos in the world.
Yeah.
It will open up the culture a little bit more, but it'll take a little bit of time, but I'm seeing it like that.
Nice.
One country that really amazed me was when I did a show in St. Martin. Toured in some of the parts in St. Martin. I see people speaking 5 languages.
Wow.
And I'm like, how is this possible? People speak Dutch, Spanish, French, Patois, and English. I'm like, what?
Wow.
You have the Dutch side of St. Martin, you have the French side of St. Martin, and then a Spanish side of St. Martin. I did 3 different radio interviews.
Wow.
And it's like, you're touring the whole world in just that little country.
Wow. Look, I don't know, at some point I need to go to Colombia whenever you perform in Dread.
Yeah.
Just to get that experience, there's something I always drop some of my ideas, just for people to hear it and run with it and stuff like that, because you can't do everything. But I always wonder why artists, why they don't charge people to tour with them, like certain fans, who vet them, and then they tour with the band or whatever to get to experience that whole level of performing and preparing to go, and everything. I feel like now it's an experience economy as well, so yeah, I think people would pay a lot of money, just like they would pay to get that Trinidad Carnival experience. I think they would pay to get that go with the artist to Latin countries and see him perform experience as well too. So that's a good way to think about how to diversify, without having to even touch North America. Something to think about.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a good idea.
Yeah, man. So take it and run with it, man. Seattle Soca, bless it. Yes, brother. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully, or faithfully, according to my brother, Pa, faithfully, we could collaborate and make a Seattle Soca tune or Seattle Soca rhythm. And I put this out to everybody that I interview. So I just waiting for whoever ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Is there anything else you want to tell anyone listening right now? Where to find you, or before we wrap it up, and all that good stuff.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure just catching up on. Sometimes I don't even remember some of the things I've done.
Yeah.
Because I don't really talk about it much, and it's like years of history. Just talking about myself.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing, but I just want to thank you guys for just listening and keeping up with Renzo. And also, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Mr. Renzo Music. My Twitter is Mr. Renzo Music as well. My TikTok, sorry, is Mr. Renzo Music. My YouTube channel is Mr. Renzo World. You can check out all my latest releases there, and many more to come. Again, I want to thank you guys for having me, and can't wait to go to Seattle one day. I've never been to that part of the States. I've been to Miami, New York,
Nice.
Chicago, just to name a few. But Seattle, I wanna check it out to see what's the vibes there.
Cool. Yeah, man. We would love to have you. And for some reason, I feel like you have some cool stories about being in Colombia and stuff like that. You might have to have a special episode to talk about, maybe some sketchy
some of those
stuff.
stories I can't let the cat out of the bag.
Right,
I
right,
have to
right.
tell you that in person.
Cool. Well, I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be looking forward to that. So cool, brothers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a great one. And yeah, man, everybody stay locked in to Mr. Renzo, Seattle Soca, and subscribe to Seattle Soca on YouTube. We are building the Pacific Northwest platform for people to meet the artists and learn more about soca music and soca Latin crossovers and everything. So pure vibes.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for having me.
Yes, brother.
And big up to Sharice for linking this. Looking forward for another interview very soon.
Cool. All right. Big up yourself. Later.
Blessings, sir.
Bless up. So there you have it, guys. We had a great long interview with Mr. Renzo. The conversations is like we sitting right there in the living room, right? Having these discussions, and that's what makes this even more exciting and interesting, right? Having these deep conversations about what we really think, about our culture and where we should be and where the music should be and all this good stuff. So always excited. Make sure and subscribe and share this video, Seattle Soca, and look out for the Seattle Soca podcast. This is going to be also available on Spotify and Apple for you to come back and listen to it. All right. And make sure and check out Mr. Renzo Tunes. All right. So bless everybody. And we out of here on this beautiful Saturday in the Pacific Northwest. All right. Peace.